Hello and welcome again to another one of my videos where I recommend good scholarly resources for those that are serious Bible students, particularly those of the biblical Unitarian persuasion. My name is Dustin Smith and I'm going to be your guide as we look today through my recommended resources for the Gospel of Mark, very likely to be the earliest Christian gospel written. Okay, so these are my suggestions based on having used them. Again, I'm not being endorsed by any of these authors. I haven't been sent these books for free in order to promote them. These are resources that I've used and I have found to be very, very good. And so this is a way you can pick out some good suggestions without wasting your money on things that aren't very good. So in no particular order, I'm going to move over here because I have a set. But I've talked about how the New Interpreter's Bible commentary is generally a good series, and I do think that the Gospel of Mark within this series by a female scholar, Dr. Perkins, is very good. And so that one is going to be in this volume combined with Matthew, and so I would recommend that one. I would probably put that in my top 5 recommended commentaries on Mark. Okay, so I've got a decent selection of Mark commentaries, starting from here and going all the way over. I'll just kind of start actually from the right side, assuming we're doing it the Hebrew style. Okay, so this one right here, the Wisdom Commentary on Mark by Warren Carter, definitely in my top 3, probably in my top 2. Warren Carter is actually a well-established non-Trinitarian scholar. A lot of things that he writes, he focuses primarily on Gospels, but he's definitely going to argue for non-Trinitarian and non-pre-existent text. And so this commentary is actually fairly recent. It was published in 2019, so about a year old. So again, that's Warren Carter. Looks like this in the Wisdom Commentary series on Mark. Okay, my next choice, which would also be in my top 2, so these would probably be my top 2 right here, would be Adela Collins in the Hermeneia series on Mark. Big one right here. It's fairly expensive, but again, going to argue for Jesus being God's empowered agent within the Gospel of Mark, and she's not going to argue that Jesus is Yahweh himself. Okay, so those are some good recommendations. Those two would be the first 2 that I would pull off of my shelf in regard to doing serious study on Mark, Collins, and Carter. Okay, the Word Biblical Commentary, it's a mixed bag. Okay, because I actually think that the first volume, Mark chapter 1 through the middle of chapter 8 by Gulich, I actually think that one is very good. But then when it gets moved over to the other half of chapter 8 all the way to the end of chapter 16 by Evans, that one I'm not really that impressed with. I don't think it's that great, okay? Is it good as a set? Yeah, it's all right. I think it's okay. Would it be in my top 3? No, it wouldn't be. So that's kind of my feeling on Word Biblical Commentary. I think that the former one is good, and the one afterwards is not that great. Okay, skipping over, I'm going to move over to the Anchor Bible by Joel Marcus. I actually would put this in my top 3. This would probably be my number 3 choice. It's in 2 volumes, 1 through 8 and 8 through 16. Looks like it's cut in half there as well. Generally, Anchor Bible is very good, and I'm impressed with a lot of the things that he says there. There is this edition here in the New International Greek Testament Commentary by R.T. France. But it's thorough in a lot of places, but I'm not overly impressed with the honesty when it comes to interpreting Christological passages. I just haven't been that impressed with it, so I have it. It's okay. Is it in my top 5? Yeah, probably not. So that's what I have for the Gospel of Mark. Again, highly recommending Warren Carter's and Adela Collins' contributions within the Wisdom Commentary and the Hermeneia Commentary series. Hopefully that's helped you to be informed on good scholarly resources on the Gospel of Mark. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on other videos that I'm going to do on recommended scholarly resources pertaining to serious biblical Unitarian Bible students. My name is Dustin Smith, and thanks for watching. Take care.